Do you remember back in 2017 when Little Richard called gay relationships unnatural 2 decades after he came out?
A real man won't wear no dress.
Yeah.
He won't feel right with that type of towel on.
Yeah.
The rock and roll legend said in an interview with Penthouse in 1995 that he had been gay all his life, despite previously saying homosexuals were sick.
I didn't mind telling the world that I was gay. I was gay. And it's nice to be happy.
It sure is.
I was happy, and I wanted the world to know that I was happy. And I wasn't ashamed. I had been that way all my life, and I didn't know nothing else but that.
However, in 2017, he said in a rare interview that gay relationships were unnatural. During an interview with Christian TV network Three Angels Broadcasting Network, Little Richard, 84 years old at the time, suggested that he was no longer gay due to his religious beliefs. The Tutti Frutti singer said, "Anybody come in show business, they're going to say you're gay. Are you straight? Are you a homosexual something? They're going to say it." Little Richard has in the past discussed his varied sexual history, boasting of his love of orgies in several interviews. And he has identified as omnisexual, as well as gay and bisexual. The good golly, Miss Molly Singer had a long-term on-off relationship with Audrey Robinson in the 1950s and 60s, with Audrey later becoming a stripper and calling herself Lee Angel. Richard married Ernestine Campbell in 1959, but their marriage ended 4 years later, with Ernestine citing her husband's sexuality as one of the reasons for the split. From a young age, Little Richard said he always felt feminine, wearing his mother's makeup and clothes, before getting kicked out of the house at age 15 by his deacon father. He began performing at different venues around Atlanta and began traveling what became known as the Chitlin Circuit, a number of performance venues throughout the South that were safe and acceptable for black musicians, comedians, and other entertainers to perform in during the segregation era. Richard found pleasure in his biblical studies, becoming attracted to the idea of praising God through music. He believed he found peace with God and that he should live as God intended him to. He also believed that he faced devils while there too. He was caught asking a deacon's son to expose himself and resented his unnatural affections that led him to hate who he was. In addition to his homosexual activity, he became involved in voyeurism in his 20s, paying men to let him watch them have sex with women, sometimes forcibly. His voyeuristic escapades eventually led to him being jailed for sexual misconduct after being found with a couple in a car in a Macon gas station. Regardless, Little Richard lives on as a legend in every sense of the word. Tutti Frutti is still regarded as one of the greatest rock and roll songs of all time, so much so that in 2007, Mojo declared the song as the sound of the birth of rock and roll. He straddled the line between secular and gospel music countless times throughout his long, illustrious career. And he became a queer icon for countless people, even inspiring drag impersonations. Good golly, Miss Richard.
Shut up.